Everyone believed I lost everything that rainy night. They pitied me, never realizing I had already begun planning their downfall. 3 years earlier, I asked the woman I loved to marry me. Her smile convinced me our future would last forever. Every spring, we dreamed beneath cherry blossoms, promising that nothing, not even fate, could ever separate our hearts. The biggest mistake of my life was introducing my best friend to the woman I trusted more than anyone. I ignored the lingering glances between them, believing friendship and love were stronger than temptation. She smiled at me every day, but every night, her secret messages belonged to someone else. While I worked tirelessly to build our future, someone else was quietly stealing everything I loved. Their hidden meetings became more frequent, and every lie pushed them one step closer to betrayal. One anonymous envelope arrived without a name, but inside was enough to destroy my entire world. Every photograph revealed another painful truth. My fiancée wasn't just lying, she was in love with him. Watching them embrace shattered something inside me. At that moment, the man they knew disappeared forever. That night, I cried for the last time. Tomorrow, only revenge would remain. I packed away every memory of us. Love had failed me, but patience never would. They believed they had destroyed me. They never knew I still controlled everything from the shadows. I watched them celebrate their happiness, knowing I was about to become their greatest nightmare. Every company file, every hidden account, every secret weakness. I collected them one by one. Revenge isn't built on anger. It's built on information, and I was learning everything. While they celebrated success inside the boardroom, they never noticed the trap quietly closing around them. Power belongs to those who move silently. My new allies would never betray me. Min-jae believed he had already won. His confidence would soon become his greatest weakness. Soo-yeon enjoyed a life of luxury, unaware every expensive dream was about to disappear. They proudly announced their engagement to the world. I smiled, because the perfect stage was finally ready. The cameras captured their happiness. Soon, those same cameras would witness their complete humiliation. Hidden behind glass, I watched them celebrate. Neither of them sensed I was only steps away. Every move had been carefully planned. Revenge isn't rushed, it's perfected. Legal documents, hidden evidence, secret contracts, every signature brought justice closer. Powerful people don't choose sides without reason. I simply gave them a better future. The first strike was invisible. By the time they noticed, escape would already be impossible. One collapsing stock price was all it took. Their empire had finally begun to crack. Min-jae desperately searched for answers, but the enemy he feared most was someone he thought he'd already defeated. Soo-yeon demanded answers, but Min-jae's silence revealed something far more terrifying than any confession ever could. While they searched for the enemy, I quietly gained another powerful ally who knew every one of their secrets. The media storm exploded overnight, and the man who loved attention suddenly feared every camera pointed his way. Their perfect relationship cracked apart as blame replaced love, and trust disappeared faster than they ever imagined. While their empire collapsed, mine grew stronger. Every signature brought me closer to taking back everything they stole. One anonymous phone call changed everything. For the first time, Min-jae realized someone was always one step ahead. He searched desperately for answers, never realizing the evidence he needed had already disappeared into my hands. Soo-yeon finally understood the price of betrayal, but some regrets arrived far too late to change fate. My final piece of evidence arrived quietly, and with it came the end of their carefully built lies. The truth was no longer hidden. Soon, the entire city would witness the faces behind the deception. Millions watched the shocking revelations unfold live, and their perfect image collapsed in front of the entire nation. The cameras that once celebrated their success now captured every moment of their public humiliation. Power, wealth, and respect vanished overnight. In the end, Min-jae had nothing left except his own mistakes. Soo-yeon held on to old memories, wishing she could rewrite the past, but time never grants second chances. Alone beneath the pouring rain, Min-jae finally understood the pain he had once laughed at, and no one came to save him. For the first time in years, we stood face to face. He searched my eyes for mercy, but found only justice. Soo-yeon begged for forgiveness, but some wounds run too deep for apologies to ever heal. As I walked beside the Han River, I realized revenge hadn't changed the past, it had simply set me free. Months later, I stood above the city once again, not as a broken man, but as the architect of my own future. Success felt different this time. It wasn't about proving them wrong, it was about proving myself right. Life has a strange way of rewarding those who refuse to give up. Sometimes, hope arrives when you least expect it. Watching the waves, I finally understood that peace is far more valuable than revenge could ever be. Min-jae had lost everything he once sacrificed friendship to gain. His greatest punishment was living with his own choices. Soo-yeon returned to the places we once loved, carrying memories that would forever remind her of what she threw away. The rooftop where my pain began had become the place where I finally found closure. I wrote one final letter, not filled with anger, but with gratitude for the lessons betrayal had taught me. Closing that office door felt like closing the darkest chapter of my life. I never looked back. Every new sunrise reminded me that the future belongs to those brave enough to leave the past behind. Beneath the cherry blossoms, I smiled again. Not because I had forgotten the pain, but because I had finally moved beyond it. They took my love, but they couldn't take my future. In the end, the greatest revenge wasn't destroying them, it was becoming someone they could never reach again. If this story kept you watching until the end, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. A new Korean revenge drama is coming soon, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.